Hey friends, I'm excited to share our newest home project with you. After a year of living in our unfinished pole barn home that we built and designed ourselves, we are finally getting to a kid's bedroom. Let me tell you all about our plans and the beginning progress for this boy-girl shared bedroom for my littlest littles. So all the rooms in our house are currently just primed sheetrock walls, no trim or baseboards, and just kind of a random mix of old furniture that we brought from our old house. The kids are tired of it. I'm tired of it. We are all tired of it. Now, having put our focus first on the main living spaces like the kitchen and the bathrooms, the living room, the bedrooms just had to be patient as we went as fast as time and money would allow. Now, before I show you my design plans, let me first explain my thought process so that you can understand why we are doing what we are doing. Now, these are things that you might want to keep in mind when maybe you go to design a bedroom, and just a couple of questions that I asked myself. So first of all, who is this room for? So we have 3 kids' bedrooms in our home and 2 teenage girls who apparently need their own space. So this shared room we are doing for my 10-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son. Their personalities are very similar, so as a design perspective, it makes perfect sense to room them together. I think we will have a few more years before the boy-girl room won't work, so we're just going to embrace it for now. So these 2 kids love the outdoors. They are adventurous. My little girl is a prairie girl at heart, not too girly, despises pink, so I knew I could mold their preferences together in kind of a gender-neutral, nature-inspired space. Then second question, what are our needs? So we kept our pole barn home really simple in layout, hoping that it's not our forever home, but one that we can adapt and purpose later on. And we didn't have space to build like a hangout area for the kids. So I really wanted to create a kind of space like that in their bedrooms, which is why we decided to build a play loft area above their beds. Another question I asked myself, how can we maximize the space? Now, I couldn't add square footage to our home for that hangout room unless we went up. So we went with 12-foot ceilings in this house. So we have ample room to add a platform to this space. So with all that in consideration, we sketched up a little amateur plan for the space. The room is considerably long for a bedroom, so the play loft area will just kind of extend vertically through most of the room. We will have space for 2 queen beds underneath their cozy little nooks, and there's even potential to add like a sleeper sofa up in the loft. We have never had room for any family or guests to stay overnight, so with the 2 queen beds and sleep potential upstairs, we feel like we have truly maximized this space. We will build some steep stairs up to the loft, a little safer than a ladder, and have a beautiful railing. And then just past the window and the platform wall, we have the perfect amount of space for a little cozy reading nook and some like bench storage. So we'll build that into it as well. Now hopefully that gives you an idea of what we are looking at. And now let me just show you what we have accomplished so far. And then I want to show you my design mood board that I've put together. Please keep in mind, this isn't an episode of Fixer Upper where you get to see the reveal. We do not have a crew. We have a lot going on, so this is going to take a while before you see the finished space, but I hope you enjoy seeing the process, and I'll be sure to create some video and blog posts for as many steps as I can. Now, let me know in the comments if you actually enjoy seeing the process rather than just a before and after reveal. That will be helpful for me. So here is a look at where we are now. Hubs has built the loft floor and the walls and has sheetrocked and mudded their new walls that frame the beds. And the kids really wanted a window between them, and I really wanted some storage cubbies for their like nighttime reading and just some of their little treasures. So he cut out the windows in these walls and added a little cubby space. Try to just ignore the randomness that is going on for the moment. It always gets worse before it gets better. Now we have installed some pine shiplap planks to the back of the bed areas and on the ceiling. I think this will add perfect amount of like natural wood texture to these cute little spaces. I may whitewash them with pickling stain very slightly, but I won't be painting them. Surprise, surprise. All right, so we picked up some inexpensive flooring and Kevin has already installed it in the loft area above for the floor. Now my plan is to paint these two walls different color, and I'm wanting to bring in some really nice color and texture by using Pure and Original's Marrakesh paint, maybe even the fresco. I did show you how we applied that in our kitchen and living room space, and I love the texture. The other walls will have different wallpapers, which I've never done wallpaper in our home before. We did do it in the RV, but not in a home. But I'm feeling adventurous. So my sweet little prairie girl will have some like cute little sunflower wallpaper. She loves yellow, but I can't handle too much of that color. So just this little splash of yellow in this wallpaper will work for both of us. Then on this far wall and this long wall, I'm picking between some like amazing outdoor murals that I feel will give it a natural, not too cutesy vibe. And then I'll balance all the color and variety with this wall by the window and above the loft with just kind of like a creamy white, perhaps a textured warm white. I'm thinking the fresco from Pure and Original and their lime wash paint. But I haven't tried that yet, so I'm looking into it some more, but I think it'll be cool. Anyway, let me show you a quick look at the mood board that I've been playing with. I like to pull these together in Photoshop Elements, which I also shared in another video how I do that, if that's something you want to do yourself. Alright, so I am showing you guys my kind of design mood board that I created for this little nature-inspired space. You can see kind of just the main elements. I haven't put things like rugs or a lot of decor pieces in here because I really wanted to grasp the overall look and kind of the base elements as we just started building it, and then the rest will just kind of be like icing on the cake, and I'll add to it as we get some of these pieces done. But I just want to walk you through some of the decisions I've made. So I really want to bring in two different types of natural wood tones. You'll see up here I've put in some dark walnut wood. We are going to be doing like the stairs and the railing out of this dark walnut. I think it'll be really, really beautiful. And then here's a look at those pine planks that we added to the little cozy bed spots. I believe this wood looks a little whitewashed, and so I think you'll see how these two wood tones look really nice together. And then of course, let's talk about this wallpaper. So I'm kind of still playing around with it. This little floral sunflower, let me see if I can get you a closer look there. It's really sweet. My daughter just loves yellow, such a sunshine personality, so I thought that would go really well in her little bed area against one wall. And then this is the big mural that I'm looking at least one of the three. So I'm in Photoshop Elements here playing around. I'll kind of show you just what I've been playing around with. So this one is like an etching. Let me actually show you it on the web. It's from Murals Wallpaper. It's called Hackfall Green. And I love it because it's not too cutesy, not too fairy tale-ish. Just looks like a pretty nature scene. I love that it's an etching. It makes it feel kind of old world European to me. So, which if you've been following along is kind of the theme of my house. So this is one of my favorites, but I also want to show you a couple of other options I'm playing around with. So I can hide that and then pull up this other one. It's like a foggy forest scene. I think it's really cute, but I'm wondering if it is a little too, just not quite as realistic as I want it to be, I guess. But it is a cute option and will look really great spanning that wall. The other one I was looking at is this one that I think I pulled off of Etsy. It's like an oil painting. Let me actually get a little closer on that as well. I think it's really, really beautiful. And I lean to it, but I'm afraid it won't feel as timeless as the etching from Murals Wallpaper. I feel like I may tire of it. I'm also concerned that where the doorways land would cut off some of the main parts of it that I actually love. So I'm just afraid it may not work for that space. But some really fun options to kind of get some outdoor nature vibes in there, but I think that one is my favorite. So it goes really well with the wood tones. I love that it's kind of a green gray, very earthy vibe. I'll probably pull in some paint that fits the same color tone once I see it. But anyway, and then we got here a Betty's. If you've been around since we were in the RV, you know I love Betty's beds for kids, and where this is in kind of a cozy nook, I think Betty's is the best option to go. I love their oatmeal colored ones. I believe they're called boho something, but it's kind of like a muslin type fabric. It's really cute and would go really well with it. And then I haven't narrowed down the paint colors, but here are some colors from Pure and Original that I talked about. Just kind of some earthy colors to put on those two smaller walls, and maybe a creamy white to put on the far wall that's on the back of the loft area. And then here's a light fixture that with like a linen cover that I think would fit the vibe of the room really well. Just simple and earthy, like the rest of the tones. This is a pillow. I'm not sure if I'll get these like same ones, but it kind of helped me just kind of focus on what kind of textures I want to bring in there. So still need to decide all on like curtains and throw blankets and rugs and all that fun stuff, but this gives you a good general idea of the main feel of the space and what I'm kind of envisioning in my mind. All right, I hope you enjoyed seeing the plans. I can't promise how quick this room will come together, but I hope to take you along for the ride. I am working on teaming up with some amazing brands to just share some of their incredible products that I can envision for the space, and I think I will love. Then we'll just kind of take the process one step at a time. We have actually made great progress in all the bedroom closets, so I might pop in between with a look at those spaces. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this journey of building our pole barn home. I think we become so accustomed to seeing things be finished fast in the online world, but that is rarely reality. So we've been living here for over a year and we are far from done, but we delight in every bit of progress and just really enjoy the process. At the very least, I hope it is encouraging to you to see the process and remember that good things take time, especially when you do them yourselves, which is sometimes painful, but always the most rewarding. And with that, thanks for watching. I'll be back to share more inspiration for do-it-yourself living.